everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah and I'm glad you clicked on my video. You could be doing anything or anyone. So thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm so excited to finally show you this beautiful colored eyeliner look. This is for anyone afraid of color, a beginner, or you've just been using your basic brown eyeshadow, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've absolutely loved playing with a pop of color, and this simple winged liner is one of my favorite ways to do it. It's quick, it works with most features, and it is sultry. So if you want to see the step-by-step process of how I created this look, just keep on watching. And if this is your kind of video, keep around till the end, comment down below, share, like, and subscribe. Let's get into the video. Alright, hair is up, face is prepped. We are going to be jumping in with one of my favorite products. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in 4.5. That's just how it looks. I haven't found any other. I really haven't. And I am looking for recommendations because I like to just see and use different products. So just brushed my brows up. Like I said, I like a natural look. So we're just gonna go in with the pencil and brush it up, light strokes at the beginning. The aim is to keep it as natural as possible. So perfect. Next, we're going in with one of my favorite products. It's the primer. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. That's just how it looks. I got this from Brown Thomas, if you're wondering. So I have oily combination skin, so I just tend to put this right here. And because I'm having a flare-up of hormonal acne, I'm just gonna try and make sure that I place this right there, just avoiding the areas around my jawline with the acne. You may not see it on camera, but trust me, it's there. This almost feels like a moisturizer on my skin, by the way. It's so good, it's so refreshing. I don't know, for some reason, it's so humid, warm right now where I'm shooting. So this just feels so good. Skin was already prepped, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to add a little bit of something. It almost feels like a lotion, like a face cream. But there you go. I probably did go over my eyebrow, but that's fine. So we are going next with a concealer. As an organized girly that I am, I have everything outside, like laid out in front of me. Let's hope I keep it this way throughout the video. Okay. So again, I'm going in just to spot correct. I do have some dark circles under my eye. And like you can see, I do have a few scars here just from acne, my battle scars. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is the NYX Pro Fix Stick. I use this a lot, but because it's so pigmented, I'm just gonna put it at the back of my hand. Just a little bit. Now this isn't like a full glam look. We are just mostly going to be concentrating on the eyes for it to pop. So the base is just going to be as minimal as possible. And that's why I'm just going to go lightly in with that concealer. No, color correctors, right? If I can get my brush. I'm just going to wet my brush just ever so slightly. And then I'm just going to dab it down on my hand. Okay, let's go in. Those eye bags, honey, oh goodness. It's life. Life is lifing, you know? Life is actually lifing. So I'm gonna let that settle in for a little bit, and then we'll go in and we'll start with the eyes. Now, the reason why I'm starting with my eyes today is because I'm going to be using color and powder to just like set that off. And because of the fall off, like the powder does tend to fall off sometimes, I do want to make sure that I'm able to cover that up later throughout the steps of the makeup. So that's why I am going in with color first in my eyes, and then I will go in later on. Okay, so next step is priming the eyes. Now, I do have a primer, but for whatever reason, I feel like it's gone bad. It almost feels like if sunscreen just goes bad, you know, so I'm gonna throw that away. What I am going to use instead is a Pixie, it's from the Pixie Promise palette. This is the Shapelifter palette Sculptor, and I'm going to be going in with the 2 shades at the top. Just this one and this one. I usually use this when I'm doing a cut crease, but I want to mix the 2 just because I do want a lighter base for the eyes. I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush. This is a shader brush from Manakata Beauty. Some of these brushes, I don't even know where I collect them from, but I don't even know if you can see that. No, my camera's not gonna pick it up, but I'm gonna go in with the 2 shades. And the good thing with using this kind of powder feeling, I don't have to use a powder to set it, but it does help with kind of collecting the oil on my lid. All right, next we are going in with eyeshadow. Now I'm just going to be setting up the base for the color eyeshadow. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is it's just going to be easier for me to play around with it before then I apply any color. I'm going to be using a bit more browns for the, and I'm just going to be, I think I'm going to be using 2 shades. That's it. No, not overdoing it, because I do want the colored eyeliner to stand out on its own. So I'm going in with a brush like this. It doesn't have a name. I honestly feel like I just collect brushes as I go forward. But this is the brush I'm using. Now, the reason why I'm so insistent on using a brush like this is because it gives you more control when you're using colors on your eyelid, especially starting off with darker colors on your eyelid. Now, I just like to pick the product, then I'll place like a dot on the eye where I just want it to be, if it's on the outside, holding this like a pencil, by the way, in a bit of a tight grip, and then I'll place the dot and then fluff it out. Now, what that does is it gives you more control in placement where you put it. It gives you more control if you want to use less product first and then build on it. Now, I know some palettes are easier to work with other than others, where it's hard to kind of like push the product around, but the palette I'm using today is so amazing for that. I did break the mirror when traveling. How? I really don't know, but these things do happen. This is the Be Perfect Cosmetics, their Carnival XL palette. She's beautiful. I don't know if I can lift this up, but she is a beautiful palette. I haven't touched the colors. I won't lie. I have been doing boring basic browns, but I'm going to be doing that during a series. I think I'm going to do a series here where I try all the colors in the palette, try and mix and match, because we are learning. But for today, I'm going to go in with Intuition and maybe a little bit of Haul. Now I'm going to hold this up like this. These 2 colors, they're seeming a lot brighter on camera, but hey, these are the 2 colors I'm going in with. Now I'm just gonna, like I said, gonna place that there. So, ooh, I may need to just spray my brush. That way it can pick up a little bit more color. And the spray I'm going with, I think I got this at TK Maxx. This is, I'm not even gonna pronounce that, but that's it. My makeup is all dirty because I use my hands a lot. Okay, just gonna dab the excess product. Then I'm gonna go in with Intuition and Haul. I need a mirror. I'm gonna get a mirror and I'll be back. Okay, got myself a handy dandy mirror. I'm going in. Now, typically I used to use tape. So if you are a beginner or you feel a lot better with just tape, I'm gonna clean it out afterwards anyway, but I'm not gonna go in with tape. Feel free to use it. It's there for a reason, you know? I'm just gonna bring this down. So you see what it does? You just try to angle it up. And if you want a reference, now if there's anything you're ever gonna take away from my videos is whether it's skincare, whether it's hair, whether it's your body, whether it's fitness, work for and with your skin and your body, not against it. So I know there are all these kind of, you know, influencers out there, celebrities, and you want to focus on what they're doing, you want to follow what they're doing, their tutorials, but believe me, the outcome will be better if you work for and with your type, your skin, your body, whatever it is you're going to be using that day. Just take that as advice. Take that. If you're ever going to take anything from me, that's the one you should take. Perfect. Now that that is done, we're going to be going back into the Pixie palette, and we're going to be taking the color Karma, which should be this color. It's almost like it's a nudie brown. Almost, it has a different undertone to my actual skin, but I like it when I'm doing like a cut crease, or I just want the corner of my eyes to pop and no color there. This works beautifully. So I'm going in with a Real Techniques brush. This is Real Techniques brush in 321, number 321. If my camera will focus, there we go. That's just how it looks. It's a flat brush. I'm just gonna go in with that. So do you see what that does? Oh, I just love it when I'm doing a cut crease. Now don't worry about blending the colors. As I go, I am going to be taking a blending brush. Let's see if I can even find one. Yeah, this is a blending brush. It's just a nice fluffy brush, and I'm just going, it has no product on it. I'm just going to be going in so I can blend the browns and the lighter brown that I'm placing on right now. Now I did take the darker brown just into my lids. I'm probably going to do it a little bit more as I blend the two, just so that there's a kind of a shade going into the crease of my eyelid. And all I'm doing is lightly blending the two so that at least when they're connecting, there isn't any harsh lines. See the difference? Here comes the fun part. We are going in with color. Now, I know when I said color, a lot of people thought, oh, she's going to be doing something on her lids. Yes and no. Now, I'm just going to be going in with a colored liner like this, the liner pencil. This is almost like a teal color, teal turquoise color that I'll be going in with, and I'm just going to be doing a colored liner. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is sometimes people like me, and I know there are people out there, we are afraid of doing color, especially because we have hooded eyes, or because we're beginners, so we don't know how to blend, or because we haven't found a palette that's suitable enough to like just have colors that pop on our, you know, our kind of base, our kind of skin. So if you want to go in with color, don't shy away from a colored liner. Now we're just going to be going in with this, and I'm going to be smudging it on my eyeline. I'm going to take my mirror. It's best if you have the mirror looking down. It's almost like you're doing any other liner, like a liquid liner or using an eye pencil. Just look down and then press, have it sharpened, not too sharp. I don't need you poking out your eyes. Have it sharp and then it go into your eyelids. And then just take it down. All right, now we're going in with another eye pencil. Now this is my Triple B London Smoky Kajal eyeliner in the color dark brown. This is just how it looks. Again, a little sharpened, so it's easier to work with. Now, this is what I usually say. I go with a dark brown, but if your preference is a black, go with it. It'll make it a bit more smoky, a little bit more sultry. So I'm just gonna go in with my waterline. And you'll see the difference that it makes. Now, I'm not gonna talk because I don't need to be poking my eye out. Alright, now that both sides have the brown eyeliner, we are going in to set all of that with a color that's close enough to the color that I used before in the pencil. Now this is the YSL palette. This is in the color Sequin Crush. And this is the 09, the number 09. And this is how it looks. It's a beautiful shimmering like tealish blue color. It looks more blue on camera, but it's a beautiful color. A beautiful color, sorry. And I'm going in with a angled brush like this. I've used this before with this, and it's just better for control if my camera will actually focus on it. So anywhere you have that colored eyeliner, go ahead and place this on there. Do you see that difference already? Look at what the glitter or just the eyeshadow does. So good. Look at the difference. The pop is a lot more on this side, which is what we're going for. If you're gonna go with color, you might as well just go all the way. It doesn't have to have glitter in it. It just needs to be an eyeshadow. You could go into any of the eyeshadows that has like a blue or green, whatever color you're going to use initially, and then use that to set that off. So now that is done, I'm actually going to leave this like that because the next few steps I want to go through is the base before I go back into the eyes. So we're going to go ahead with the foundation. Now today I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is their Pro Filter foundation in soft matte. This is their longwear foundation, and this is in the color, if I can find this, What number is this? 410. I always have trouble finding these numbers. 410 is the number. Now again, shake well before you use. If you are using a matte foundation or anything matte, it does dry down a lot quicker. So work with one side before you go on to the next side. I'm just gonna go in. Just gonna take a brush. There is a brush that I wanted to try, but I don't know if it's here. It actually is. So I've been seeing this brush everywhere. I don't know if I can get it. So I've been seeing these thin brushes everywhere, and I wanted to give it a try if it's actually gonna open up. No. All right, so this is how it looks. It's just a very thin brush, almost like you're painting it on your skin. I've been wanting to try this because I've seen it a lot on my For You page. Where have you been? Look at that. Now don't worry guys, I'm actually going to be going in with a lighter shade. Like I said, I bought this when I came back from Kenya, so I was a bit darker, so I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade. But are you seeing that? The coverage. I think the reason why this works so well is because it isn't as dense as the other brushes. So rather than picking up product, it's actually just using it to cover it evenly on your skin. I am actually so amazed. It's already started to dry down. That's how quick matte products are. And again, I'm going to avoid this side because I do tend to put less product here. I'm gonna go in with a concealer later on after I finish this. Okay, so it's on my face now, but because it's darker, I will go in with the L'Oreal Paris True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. This is 6 to 7 tan. It was a bit light for me in the other video. You can go check it out. It will be linked down below, but I'm just gonna go in just to make this lighter. I am aware that Fenty Beauty sometimes does oxidize, meaning it might just get a bit lighter, but I am gonna go in with this as just as a preventative measure because it's not my color, honey. But I am gonna drag it down to my neck as well, just so it just matches, you know? You don't want to be looking like two different people. So now this time I am just going to use a brush and I'm just going to take that product. Now I do believe I found a foundation that does match my skin. But this has been a story told 1,000 times, having to mix and match just so I can get the best shade. I know I'm not the only one out there. The number of times I have to go in and then buy 2 products just because either they don't cover the full, they don't carry the full range that a brand has, or the brand hasn't come out with colors. Or the biggest thing that I have been finding lately is the undertones. The undertones are just so different. From one color, you'll find like there's no olive mid tan, and if it is, it's not really a tan, like an olive undertone. So I ended up having to buy more products just so I can use a line from a makeup brand. Yeah, 2025. Yeah, still telling the same stories. So I'm just bringing down the product to my neck. I do look orange on camera. I probably even look orange off camera, but it is going to oxidize, and as I apply more product on my face, I do tend to see it blend in a little bit more. But if I do see that it's not oxidizing or anything like that, I am going to have to maybe apply a bit more of a lighter shade. Okay, now to bring the base all together, I'm going to be going in with my concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me it's a color corrector concealer, and this is the number 40. That's just how it looks. Just gonna go in with this. Now I do know that I've put the color right there, so I'm going to avoid putting it there. And the beauty with this is because I have lines under my skin, under my eyes, sorry, I try and make sure that I try and make sure that it doesn't go all the way to my lines. So what this does is the color kind of helps to map out where I shouldn't go. So there we go. And because this color is a bit lighter than the actual, my actual skin, it also works as a brightener as well. So I'm just gonna bring this to my nose. I will be doing contour, and I do need it snatched, a little bit snatched. Okay. And this is when I say, when you're going in with the eyeshadow, the brown eyeshadow or anything kind of on the outer corner, and you haven't used tape, this is where the trust the process comes. Oh, got a little bit on that. Because ultimately we're going to be going in with the concealer, so any mistakes that I've made, I can just sharpen them out with this. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit while I put in the contour. Now for contour, what am I gonna be using? For contour, I just use the Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is in the color Truffle, and this is just how it looks. I go in to my natural dip. Now I'm hoping these products are gonna work together because it is Fenty Beauty. So, because sometimes what I do find is some of my products actually just, they start to separate, and that's just because of the formula of the products, but hopefully this shouldn't be the case. I'm gonna go in with a we learned this in my previous video. You're meant to be putting setting spray in between every step. I haven't been doing that, but I just remembered that. So a good thing with contour is you need to blend it out like this so it can lift your face up rather than dragging it down. All right, with contour mostly done, I'm going to go in and conceal. I've let this stay for a bit. Just making sure to cover that orange. And kind of push that product in and bring it down. Now I'm going to be going back with the foundation brush after this, just kind of because sometimes they're a bit of harsh lines, just so I can cover everything and look blended. contour on my nose. I'm just gonna go back in with the contour, bring it up to the eyebrows. Now if you guys want a how-to contour, just let me know down in the comment section, because I do understand sometimes it's a bit iffy because it is very much dependent on your face. I can look for like a face card, just kind of like a template to help you understand placement and how to contour and what works for you, because it does change your facial features quite a bit if you don't know what to do. So this is the Huda Beauty powder. If I can open this, this is in banana bread. It is a baby bake loose baking and setting powder. So the reason why I do this is I just want to go in lightly with the brush and kind of push in the product before I go in with a before I go in with one of these. Alright, now that the base is all done, we're going to go back in with your color, just because the concealer might have taken anything that you put out. So I'm just going to go back in with this. There's a bit of fallout, as you can see, but you know what? That's fine. And I wanted to try something, but I will try it in the end. I want to put a lighter color right there and just give it a little pop. You know how we usually do the inner corner with like a shimmery color? I want to do that, but with a lighter kind of green or blue. But before I do that, I will go in with the inner corner of my eye. I just want to use a brown liner, and I'm going to be going in with the NYX Epic Wear, or I might actually just do powder. Okay, I'm going in with my handy dandy e.l.f. Wing It liner brush. It is like an angled line brush, and I'm going to go in with like a black. So I'm going to be going in with the black from the Barberry palette. This is the Complete Eye Palette and Smoky Gray. And there is like a black color down here. Now, because I want the most pigment just in the corner of my eyes, I'm going to spray the brush. And then I'm going to pick up the product. Then with a mirror, just go into the corner of your eye and follow the shape. Don't do too much as well, just go and follow the shape of your eye. Alright, going back in, I want to make the inner corner pop a little bit, and I will go in with a lighter green blue color. So I'm going to be going back into my Be Perfect palette. It does have a couple of options, so I think I might go in with Peppermint If not, they have Breezy right here. So either Breezy or Peppermint, maybe mix the two, see what it brings in for the corner of my eye. And for that, I will also take another small angled brush. This is a Real Techniques brush in the color, in the number 313. Right, just because we are dealing with color, I'm going to spray the brush just so I can pick up the most pigment. I'm going to swatch the two just so I can see which color would work best. Okay, I think Breezy it is. It's just going into the inner corner of my eye. Ooh. See the difference that it makes? Ooh, it's so good. Look at that. It just gives me enough pop without doing too much. Okay, so now we're going to be going in with mascara. I couldn't find my other black Maybelline mascara, but I do have this one still by Maybelline. This is the Great Lash Blackest Black, and this is just how it looks. I'm going to be going in, we are going to be wearing falsies today, but I do want to use this so my lashes can blend in seamlessly with them. Oh yeah, that is black. Now for lashes, my go-to glue is the Duo Lash Glue. Now she's kind of milky white, but she will just then go translucent. The reason why I like this is because of this. It has a very thin brush, and I'm just going to be using very small. I think I got these from Amazon. If I got a pack of these lashes from Amazon, and I just go ahead and apply the lash glue onto the band. Now this is why the brush just comes in so handy, because it's so easy to apply it on the band itself. Now you do want to leave it there for about 30 seconds just so that the lash glue can get a bit tacky, making it easy to stick rather than sliding off your eye. And now we bronze. So I'm going in with my NYX bronzer. This is the NYX matte bronzer. What color is this? This is in deep tan. Now I could have gone a bit darker with this one, but this is not really a bronzed look. Just going just above the contour. I also do not want to look ashy. Going under my neck and the peripheral of my face. Blush. So we're going in with the Masuda Milano blush. This is in Baby Face. Now I'm going in very so lightly with this because it is a shimmery one again, and it is a pink blush. Just being careful of the placement. Don't want to do too much. Now to the lips. I learned this from watching Bella Sabo. She was previously called Only Bells. She uses the same contour stick on her lips. I want to try that today because I usually use the like a lip liner, but if this works, it works, and kind of makes sense because it's a darker color. Okay, we're gonna go in with the NYX Line Loud line pencil, and this is in the color Rebel Kind. My go-to. She is my go-to, my ride or die. I use a lot of NYX products. Hey NYX, if you're seeing this, wink wink. So I think the contour stick gave me a kind of outline of what I want to do. So it's easier for me to now go in. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in and fill my lips. I did go in a little bit with this is I think the Maybelline Super Stay ink crayon. I've used it so much, I actually don't know what the color is, but oh, here it is. It's Enjoy the View. It's kind of how it looks. I think I want to go in next with my Glossier. I think this is a, what is this actually? It's in the color Lane, but I'm not too sure what this is. It doesn't have it in the packaging, but this is basically how it looks. Don't know if you can see that. And it is a very beautiful like brown. Ooh, they go beautifully together, yes. I don't know if I'm gonna put a gloss on top of this. It is a very satin kind of velvety finish. It's not too matte, so it's not too it doesn't dry me out too much. But she is beautiful. Yeah, she is. Last but not least, to set everything in place, I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime Fix It. It is their setting spray. You need to shake it. Okay, I'm gonna try to open it and then I know it's overkill, but I don't want this makeup to move. And then I'll go ahead with my fan, just let that stick together. And there we have it, guys, a colored eyeliner look for those who are a bit afraid of color or are beginners with makeup. This is a very good way to go if you have hooded eyes. You know, it's just fun, it's sultry, it's all of the above. You can use any colors that you have in your palettes, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you're having fun with it and you're working for and with your features. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below, share, like, subscribe. You've heard it all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.